Good evening, everyone. Am I audible? Please confirm in the chat box. Students, am I audible? Please confirm in the chat box. Thank you for confirming. So, this is a new session. This is the new session starting. This is batch 365. My name is Ritu. I'm your trainer. And rest everything. I have whatever you wanted to know. You have just got everything in detail in this. Right? Let me show you that. My name is Ritu. This is batch 365. Course timings is 7 p.m. onwards. That is Indian Standard Time. Let's go ahead. Now, the thing is course fee. Course fee is 4130. That is 4130. And in case if you face any queries, duration of the course is 40 days. And in case if you face any query, if you have any query, just go ahead and talk to our contact team, support team. Their numbers are given below. And you can always mail them at support@logiclabstech.com. You can always contact them there. So welcome to the new batch. 3 sessions will be the demo sessions. 3 days recording will be shared to the owner. 2 days recording will be uploaded to the YouTube channel. And day 3 recording will be provided to the paid candidates only. Right? So let's go ahead and proceed with the session today. So let's proceed. In case you face any query, if you have any questions, meanwhile, you can just raise your hand or drop the message in the chat box so that I can answer you. Let's proceed with the topic now. So we'll be discussing about Python. Any one of you has an idea what actually the Python is? What actually the Python is? Anyone, just let me know. Raise your hand or you can drop the message in the chat box. Do you have any idea regarding the Python? Scripting language. Shikha. Okay, Shikha wants to talk to me. Okay, Shikha, just wait for a minute. I'll unmute you. Yes, please unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, Shikha. Welcome to the new batch of Python.
Yeah, Python is a programming language where
Yes.
we can develop the application using, we have to write a script using to develop the applications.
Yes, very good. So Python is a programming language, right? This is what you want to say.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. Very good. Thank you. Let's proceed now. So students will be talking about the Python. Now, what actually the Python is? Python is a language, but it is a general purpose program, simple platform platform independent, highly interpreted and high level programming language, which is used everywhere nowadays. Let me show you. Now, when we are talking about the Python, it is a general purpose. Simple means easy to use, platform independent, highly interpreted, and high level programming language. Now, what all types of applications we can develop by using Python? When we talk about the kind of applications one can develop by using Python is web application, like website developments, we know about it. We can develop the gaming applications. We can go ahead with the AI, like AI is in use nowadays. So if we want to proceed our career in AI applications, we need to have the knowledge of Python. We need to have the knowledge of machine learning and deep learning. But before that, you should be aware of Python. Desktop GUI. What is that? Graphical user interface applications. If we talk about the business applications, nowadays, business applications are using the Python. If we proceed with the banking sector, they are also using the Python as their language. Let's talk about the schools. Even they are providing the training for the Java, for the Python programming language. After that, if we want to go ahead and want to develop some sort of software, it is necessary for us to go ahead with the Python. Sensor-based applications. Now, sensors are in use in cars. We know automobile industry are using the sensors. So if they want to go ahead with that, they need to have the knowledge of Python. So wherever we want to make our career, in whatever field we want to make our career, we need to have the knowledge of Python, right? So business applications, audio and video-based applications such as YouTube, web scraping, harvesting application, data visualization, or if we want to proceed with the CAD and CAM-based applications, automation of testing, animation of applications. If we want to proceed our career in data analysis and as a data analytics, it is also mandatory. We can develop by using Python, right? So everywhere it's in use now. Is that clear? Any questions? Yes, Ajit. Ajit is asking me a question. I am a network security specialist and not from the programming background. Can I learn Python directly without any prerequisites? Yes, Ajit, you can proceed your career with it. In this session, we'll be starting from the scratch. We'll be starting from the scratch so that it will be because although you're not from the programming background, but it is a simple language, so everyone can go ahead and learn that, right? We'll start from the basics and we'll proceed further. Clear? Any other question? Anjit, you want to ask anything else? Fine, let's proceed further. Students, I want my class to be very interactive. So what I want from you guys is just go ahead and please drop me yes or no. Yes or no. Or you can ask me the questions meanwhile in the sessions. I want it to be interactive. So please, I request you all to answer me whatever question I'll ask you, just go ahead and answer me. Good. Let's go ahead now. Now let's start with the Python. Before proceeding further, let's start with the history of Python. After that, we'll be discussing about the versions of Python and MNCs, which versions are using, downloading process of Python software, Python programming inspired from, and then we'll start with the topic that is features of Python. It may be no problem to join this call on a daily basis. Is it okay for me to go through the recordings and to reach out if any questions? If you reach out with any question, in that case, you can drop me the message on my email ID. In the third session, I will provide you my email ID. You can drop me the message on that. I'll go through it and will definitely respond to you. Okay, I'll be providing you my official email ID. That will be helpful for you. Fine with you? Okay, Ajit also wanted to know, will this training prepare me for my future Python network automation training? Definitely. Definitely, Ajit. It will definitely help me out. Anything else? Thank you, Yugi. Anything else? No. Good. Now let's start with the history of Python. Now, getting started with the Python, first of all, history of Python. Now, Python, when we talk about the Python is the general purpose programming language which is used in many applications development. All the real-time applications can be developed by using the Python software. Now, Python programming language was conceived. It was conceived in year 1980. Means Guido van Rossum, the father of Python, has started working on it in year 1980, and it was implemented. It was implemented means it was brought into action in year 1989. Right? The Python programming language, officially, it was released in 1991, February 20. Right? We had like Guido van Rossum started working on Python programming language in year 1980. It was implemented in year 1989 and officially it was released in year 1991, February 20. Now, the Python programming language, as I've told you, Guido was developed by Guido van Rossum. Now, it was developed at CWI, that is Centrum Wiskunde Informatica Institute in Netherlands. And ABC programming language is the predecessor of the Python programming language. Now, Python programming language managed and maintained. Now, even it is managed and maintained by a non-commercial organization, that is Python Software Foundation. That is also known as PSF. The official website of Python Software Foundation is www.python.org, from where we can easily download the Python software. Now, Python. Now we are talking about the Pythons. Now let's talk about the versions of Python. How many which was the MNCs are using the so versions is one of the numerical identity. What is version? What are the versions? Versions is one of the numerical identity given by the product or the project vendors. Right? It is given by the project vendors. Now, when we are talking about it, see, Python 1.x, where it has three major versions, 1.x, 2.x, and 3.x, where 1 is the major version and x represents the minor version. Like if I write 1.1, means 1 is the major version, 0.1 is the minor version, means minor changes are taking places in the major versions, right? Which now, if we talk about the Python 1.x or 1 major version, this is outdated nowadays and Python does not support the backward compatibility. Right? So we cannot go ahead and proceed with Python 1.x. Now, second is Python 2.x, where 2 is the major version. And if we talk about 2.1, 2, 3 till 7 are the minor versions. So Python 3.x, let's talk about 3.x. Now, where 3 is the major version, .x represents the minor version. Now, if we talk about 3.x, now we have 3.12 was the latest version. It is by default, it is there. Otherwise, now the latest version is 3.13.0. This is the newest version released in October 2024. So you need to go ahead and download the latest version, that is 3.13.0. Let me show you. Now, how to go ahead and download it. Let me show you with example. Just go ahead. Wherever you want to go ahead and download it, just go ahead there. www. Just go ahead with the official website of Python software. That is www.python.org. Go ahead with this. Now, here you will get the screen like this. You need to click on the downloads. And you can see the latest version. You can see the latest version, download for Windows, Python 3.13.0. This is the newest version. So go ahead and click on this. Once you click on this, it will start downloading. It will start downloading. Now, this is the latest versions. See, it's downloading. It's updating. With me, it's updating. Okay, now what you need to do is it's downloaded. Now you will get the screen. Install Python 3.13.0. Right now, it's there in my system. So if I want to go ahead, install now, see, you need to click on install now. It will include ideally shell, pip, and documentation, which creates the shortcuts and file association. So I request you to go ahead and download it from here. Clear to everyone? Clear to everyone? Any question? Yes. Good. Once you download it, once you'll download it, what will happen? Just a second, I'll show you. Now, I'll show you what will happen. You will get the screen like this. You will get the screen like this. This is a Python command prompt. This is a Python command prompt. Right on this, you need to go ahead and click on this. Click on this. You will get the options of the properties. Now, in the version, you can go ahead and choose the size of your font size also, and the type of font, whatever font you want to go ahead with. I'm using the bigger font so that it will be displayed to you easily, and you'll better understand this, right? Just click on OK, you will get the screen. Now, after this, just a second. Now, you'll get the screen like this. Now, let's proceed with the PowerPoint. So, after this, let me show you. Now, I've told you that I recommend you to download the latest version, that is 13.3.13. Now, let's proceed with the features of Python. Now, as discussed, it has 11 features. 11 features. The features of Pythons are. Features are what? First of all, we need to understand. Features of language are nothing but services or facilities provided by the language developers in the language and used by the language programmers. Yes, you can go ahead. If you're going ahead with the downloading the Mac OS, it's written there. If you want to go ahead and download it there, you can go ahead. Right, Prabhu? No problems. Now, features are nothing but services or facilities provided by the language developers in the languages and used by the language programmers for developing the real-time applications. Now, in Python, we have the 11 features. Now, what are those? First, it is simple. First feature is simple. As I've told you, this is a simple language. Simple, freeware and open source, platform independent, dynamically typed, interpreted programming language, and high-level programming. It is a robust language, extensible, embedded, both functional and object-oriented programming language, and also supports the third-party APIs. What is APIs? APIs are application programming interface, such as NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, SkyPy, Scikit, Keras, Seaborn, etc. Now we want to know that from where Python is inspired from. See, Python is inspired from the 4 different programming languages. What are those? It has learned functional programming from C, learned object-oriented programming from C++, modular programming language from Modulo 3, and scripting from Perl. Right? The student wants to know that can we proceed with our career in scripting also? Yes. So it has learned the scripting programming from Perl. So it's inspired from the 4 different programming language. Now let's proceed with the features of Python. Now, while we are discussing about the features, first feature was simple. Now, how is Python a simple language? It is a simple programming language because of its 3 important technical factors. Now, what are those technical factors? It provides the rich set of APIs. Now, what are the APIs? APIs means libraries. APIs are what? They are the libraries. Now, so that Python programmer can reuse or predefine code without writing their own code, right? Hence, Python-based applications are easy to develop. Second is, now, what is the definition of API? API is a collection of modules. Please remember, it provides rich set of APIs. The student wanted to know what actually the APIs is. You have told me that it provides the libraries, that is okay. But what actually the APIs is? APIs is a collection of modules. Like we have different modules. Example, if I want to go ahead and proceed with the calendar, we need to import calendar. If I want to go ahead with math, import maths, import CMath, import OS module, remodule. There are a lot many, random module. So it provides the lot much of the APIs are the collection of modules. Now, and what is a module? It is a collection of functions, variables, and the class. Now, what are the functions, what are variables, and what are the class names? We are going to discuss further. Now, second factor. First factor is okay. It provides rich set of APIs, and APIs are the application programming interface. The second factor is it provides the garbage collector facility. Now, what actually the garbage collector facility is? Python program provides the garbage collector whose role is running of regular Python program for collecting or removing the unused memory space. Right, let me show you. Now what happens is, let me show you something. If I write A is equal to 10. Now print A. I'm writing print A. Now 10. We have got the output 10. Yes, it will take care of automatic memory management. Ajit, you're right. Now print A is equal to 10. Now I'm changing the value of A is equal to 12. Now once I'll write print A, we'll get 12. Now where is 10? Where the 10 has gone? When we are proceeding with the Python command prompt, we are getting 12, not 10. What happens to 10? The garbage collector will come and remove it, which helps in the performance of Python-based applications. Getting me? Getting me? So garbage collector takes care of about the automatic memory management in Python software. Is this clear to everyone? Is this clear to everyone? Any questions? Yes. Good. And students who are not from the programming language background, who are not from the programming background, are you getting this? Good. Very good. We'll tell you. Ajit, wait. We are telling you, we'll be telling you each and everything. This is just a start because so that the students who are not from this programming background, they will come to know about it. Otherwise, even they will get confused with this. A third factor. Third factor is Python programming provides the user-friendly syntaxes. Now, what are the syntaxes? Is everyone know what actually the syntaxes are? No, no one knows what actually. Some of the students are aware of and some are not. So Python provides the user-friendly syntaxes, means syntaxes are exactly like formulas. In mathematics, we have formulas, right? Students from the non-IT background should remember that syntaxes are equivalent to formulas. So they provide the user-friendly syntaxes so that the Python programmer can develop the error-free programs in limited span of time. First fact. Now, this is about the first feature. Simple. Because of its three factors. First factor is, if we talk about, just a second. First factor is, see, factor one is, it provides the rich set of APIs. It provides the rich set of APIs. What is APIs? Application Programming Interface. Second factor is it provides garbage collector facility, which takes care about the automatic memory management. And third factor is its user-friendly syntaxes, which makes this language a simple programming language. Second, it is platform independent language. Now, what is platform independent? Platform independent language means it takes care of, see, data types in this platform. There are two types of programming language, platform independent and platform dependent. Now, when we talk about the platform dependent language, that differs from one OS to another OS, like C and C++. Right? Their data types differ from one OS to another OS. But if we talk about the platform independent language, in this data types memory remains same on all the OSs. Now, what is OSS? Anyone? Anyone? What is OSS? Any idea? Come up with the answer, students. What is OSS? Operating systems. Exactly. Operating systems. Its data type will remain same on all the OSs. So in effective platform independent language, all types of values will be stored in the form of objects. So whatever we are storing in this, it will be stored in the form of objects, and because of that, we can store the unlimited amount of data in this. Right? Now, Java objects, if we talk about, even though the Java, if we talk about Java is also storing the values in the form of objects, but Java is size restricted. Whereas Python projects contains the unlimited size and unlimited values can be stored inside it. So in Python, all values are stored in the form of objects. Example, Java and Python. Clear? Till the second feature, is it clear? Yes. Very good. Very good. Let's proceed with the third feature. Third feature is freeware and open source. Freeware and open source. Now, what do we understand by freeware? If any software is said to be the freeware, means it can be downloaded freely from its official website, as we have downloaded the Python with us. So we can go ahead and download it freely. www.python.org from its official website. Open source. Now, what do we understand by open source? The standard name of Python is CPython. Please remember that standard name of Python is CPython. So whatever we are storing in this, internally, it will be stored by the name of CPython. Right? Standard name is CPython. Now, although already whenever we save any file in Python, we need to use .py extension. Means this is a Python file. So we need to use .py extension. So in spite of this, if we'll be using CPython is a standard name. So what happens is some of the company vendors came forward and customized the CPython and used the customized versions and in-house tools in the company. Like some of the distributors of Python are, let's JPython. We have the distributions of Python, JPython and Jython, which is used for running the Java-based applications. IronPython or IPython used to run C#.NET applications. MicroPython used to develop microcontrollers. RubyPython used to develop the Ruby-based applications. Anaconda Python, which is used to run the Hadoop applications, started big data applications. Right? Now, once we'll be proceeding with the open source. Come to know about it. Any questions till now? Is that clear to everyone? Now, what do we understand by open source? Like I'm saving one file with .py extension, sum.py. I've given the name sum.py if we want to find out the sum. Now, what happens internally? It will be stored with sum.cpy. CPython. Then after this, it will be converted and will give the results. I'll show you everything here in our features. Is this clear to everyone? Till here, students, is this clear? Yes. Is it like open source Linux and people took base code and modify as per the requirements, centers and see, the thing is, Ajit, they have their own syntaxes. Even the Python has their own syntaxes which are easy to use. So we need to follow those syntaxes. If we'll not follow that, we will get the syntax error at that time. Okay. See, now some of the distributions of Python are Jython, JPython. Like if they want to run the Java-based applications, like if they want to go ahead, like it can be run in all the OSs. I've told you, if they want to used to run C# dot application, they are using Iron Python. That is, they have modified it, right? Python has given authority to them to run their software with the Python software, right? Although it has learned programming languages, as I've told you that it has learned it from the different OSs, like it has learned functional programming from C, object oriented from C++, modular programming from Modulo 3, and scripting from Perl. Now they are using, if they want to use, they are using Jython or JPython, which is helpful in running the Java-based applications. Getting me? Have you got the answer of your question? See, right now everything is automation in projects. Is Python works for automate tasks also like a sensible? Definitely, it works. Krishna, it works. Right? Okay, thank you. Anything else? Got the answers of your questions? Shall we proceed further? Let's go ahead. Now, dynamically typed programming language. Dynamically typed programming language. Fourth feature. Now, in the Python, we have two types of languages. Otherwise, we have two types of languages, not in Python. One is static type programming language, and second is dynamically typed programming language. Now, what is the difference between static type programming language and dynamically typed programming language? Students, if we go ahead with Java-based applications, like there we need to declare the variable. It is very necessary to declare the variable. Whereas in case of dynamically typed programming language, mandatory, it is not mandatory. It will automatically provide us the data type. What type of data type it is. Like I'm writing A is equal to 10. Right. Now print A, type of A. If I'll write like this, I get the output that what type of data type it is, right? Otherwise, if we talk about Java, C, C++, their declaration is mandatory. They will not automatically provide us that which data type is this. Let me write B is equal to 1.2 or 10.2, right? Now, C is equal to A plus B. Now, print B type of B. This is a class float, means this is a float data type. Now, if I write print C type of C, again, this is a floating point. So, but in spite of this, if we talk about the static type language, there we need to mention that int A, comma B, comma C is equal to 1, 2, 3. So declaration is mandatory. This is an integer value. We are declaring it. Right? Now, if we talk about C, C++, Java, .NET, or any language, we need declaration is mandatory here. But in Python, it will automatically specify the data type. Let me show you with the example here. I have the example for you. Now, see, in this static type programming language, it is mandatory to specify the programming language, like variable. Like this is int A, B, and C. This is a variable, integer variable. Declaration is again mandatory. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C is equal to A plus. Examples in C, C++, Java, we need to declare the variable. Whereas if we talk about the dynamically typed programming language, which is actually the Python is. Here I'm writing A is equal to 10, B is equal to 1.2, C is equal to A plus B. Got the output. This is a float, this is an integer value, this is a float value, and this is again the float value. Right? So the data type of the variable decided by the Python execution environment based upon the value assigned by the program. So all types of Python programming are stored in the form of objects. Whatever we are storing here will be stored in the form of objects. Is this clear? Is this clear? Good. Got it. Got it. Good. Let's proceed with the interpreted programming language. Next feature, that is interpreted programming language. Now, what is interpreted programming language? Whenever we develop any Python program, as I've told you, we need to save the file with .py extension. With .py extension, we must give some file name with an extension .py, that file name .py. If we assign int to any variable and latest assign string, then will it allow? No, it will not. It will not. We can convert it into the integer value. We can convert it. That is known as a typecasting technique. We can convert it, Akhilesh. Otherwise, we cannot go ahead with that. Let's go ahead now. Now we are talking about the interpreted programming language. Now, whatever file we are storing will be saved with .py extension. File name .py. Like sum, I've told you, I've given you the example, sum.py. So whenever we execute the Python programming language, two processes takes place internally. What are those two processes? Compilation process and execution process. Now, what happens with the compilation process? Let me first show you with the help of flowchart. See, this is a compilation process. I have saved one file. This is a source code with .py extension. Now here, the compilation process will take place. Compilation process will take. What will happen? Python will check for the source code. It will read the source code line by line, convert it, and what will happen? It will check for the errors by verifying the syntaxes. Here, it will check for the errors by verifying the syntaxes. If no errors found, please remember, if no error found, then it will be converted to the intermediate code, that is with .pyc extension. I've told you, right? C Python. Right? Now, once it is converted to the extension .pyc, bytecode with an extension .pyc, and in case if error found, then we'll get the error displayed on the console. What happens before this if the error is there? That error will be displayed on the console. In case if no error found, after this, the execution process will take place. When it is converted to the bytecode, that is an intermediate code, the execution process, what will happen? Here, the PVM read the Python intermediate code. It will read the Python intermediate code and then convert it into the machine understandable code. What is a machine understandable code? That is a binary code, which is read by the OS, right? And finally, it gives the result. Now, result will be in the format which will be understandable by the end user. Clear to everyone? Clear to everyone? Now, let me show you what actually the compilation process and the execution process. In compilation process, the Python source code will be submitted to the Python compiler and it reads the source code, check for the errors by verifying the syntaxes. And in case if no error found, then PVN compiler convert it into the intermediate code, that is a bytecode with extension .py. And if the error is there, if it find the error, then it will be displayed on the console. Now, what about the execution process? The PVM reads the Python intermediate code, that is a bytecode, and converts it into the machine understandable code. Now, we know that all the systems understand the binary code, which is read by the OSS and process it, and finally it gives the result. Now, what actually the PVM is? So in Python program execution, compilation process and execution process is taking place line by line by converting it, and it is one of the interpretation based programming language. Now, what is PVM? We are saying PVM will read the source code and convert it into the machine understandable language, but we need to understand what actually the PVM is. PVM is Python virtual machine. It is one program in Python software whose role is to read the source code line by line and convert it into the machine understandable code. See, PVM is what? Python virtual machine. It is one of the program in Python software whose role is to read line by line of bytecode and convert it into the machine understandable code, which is a binary code. And finally, it will display the result. Clear to everyone? Or have questions? Just raise your hand or drop the message. The fifth feature, interpreted programming language. Is this clear to everyone? No answers. Yes. Okay. What about the other students? Prabhu is saying yes. What about the other students? I've told you I want my class to be interactive. So if you have any questions, just drop me the message. Yes, understood. Okay. Yes. Very good. This is about the five features. So till now, what all we have discussed, what actually the Python is? Python is a simple, platform-independent, highly interpreted and high-level programming language. After that, we have discussed about the kind of applications we can develop by using the Python software. Then we have discussed about the history of Python. Now tell me, students, when was the Python software conceived? When was it conceived? Give me the answers. Give me the answer, students. Only one student is giving the answer. 1980, very good. It was conceived in 1980 and it was implemented in year? Implemented in year? 1989. 1989. Officially, it was released in year 1991. That is February 20. Who is the father of Python? Who is the father of Python? Guido van Rossum. Perfect. Guido van Rossum. Very good. So how many features do we have in Python? How many features do we have in Python? 11 features. Exactly. Exactly. And how many versions do we have in Python? 3 versions. Which is the latest version? It's 3.13. Exactly. 3.13. Please remember that I always recommend you to go ahead and download 3.12. Although you get 3.13, although you have all the versions available on that in the Python software, but you need to download the latest versions. Good. So the four features, five features we have discussed till now. What are those? Why it is known to be the simple language? 3 factors. Give me those factors. Let's see whether you have got it or not. 3 major factors. First factor is it provides a rich set of APIs. Second factor, garbage collector facility. Very good. Garbage collector facility, rich set of APIs, garbage collector facility. And the third factor is user-friendly syntaxes. Exactly, Shikha. Very good. Very good. Second is it is platform-independent language because its data type remains same on all the OSs. Why it is known to be freeware? Why it is known to be freeware? No licensing cost. Yes, we can freely download it from its official website. Very good. Very good. Open code, open source, because every distribution can change it according to their usage. They can change the name, like if they want to go ahead and want to run the Java-based applications, they have JPython or Python, right? C#.NET applications, MicroPython, they want to go ahead with the microcontroller, Ruby Python for Ruby-based applications. So we have lot many. Fourth is dynamically typed programming language. Now, what is the difference between dynamically? How many types of programming languages do we have? 2. Very good. Static and dynamic. Very good. What is the difference between static and dynamic? In the static type, we need to define a variable. Whereas in dynamically type, we need not to specify the data type or variable. We will get the output on our end. So very good. And the fifth is interpreted programming language because of its interpretation process. So whatever we have discussed is clear to you guys, right? Happy to know that. Rest. So hope you have enjoyed the session. Hope you have enjoyed the session. Rest we'll discuss in our next session. That will be tomorrow. That will be tomorrow. So don't forget to join the session. Go ahead and enroll yourself as early as possible. Go ahead and enroll yourself and we'll see you tomorrow sharp at 7 again. Till then, thank you. Take care of yourself. Goodbye. How do we enroll ourselves? Thank you. Ajit, you need to contact our support team. They'll provide you the fee structure and everything. Go ahead and join them. They will help you out with that. Yes, you can. They are available 9 to 7. But you can drop the mail to them. At the support, the mail ID is No. Tomorrow will be Akhilesh wanted to know that next session we can join only after paying the fee. No, you'll get 3 demo sessions. Today is the first session. If I am not available to join every day, is that okay? Will I be able to pass the course from the recordings? Yes, you will be. And even in case you have any question, just as I've told you, I'll provide you my mail ID to you guys in the 3rd session so that you can contact me easily. Ajit, regarding that, you need to, will I get the option to download the recording? Ajit, for that, you need to contact the support team. They will help you out with that. Okay? Okay. If same invite will be used for the demo sessions, yes. Contact our support team. They will provide you everything, each and everything. Will there be any programs for practice? Yes. You will be getting the programs for practicing. Once we'll start with the programming, after 13 days, we'll start with the programs. From the 13th day onwards, you'll get the programs. After that, you will get the certificate also. You have to go ahead with the programs. I'll provide you the interview questions after the session. Once the session will be completed, when the batch will be completed, you will get the questions also. Anything else, Surya? What about the other students? I'm providing you the mail ID. I'm providing you the mail ID for the support team. Go ahead, support @ logiclabstech.com. Just go ahead and contact them. They will help you in enrolling. Yes, this will definitely help you out. If you want to go ahead with the Python certification also, you can proceed after this course. You will get it. But everything, everyday practice is required. Anything else, students? Any other questions? Do we have any morning batches for Python? Right now, Shikha, we are going ahead with this Python 6 a.m. batch. 6 a.m. batch. Okay. We are not going to start for the next 20 days. We are not going to start a new batch. After 20 days, definitely we'll start the new batch in the next month. 6 a.m. onwards. Anything else I can help you with? Fine. So let's wind up the session here only. We'll see you tomorrow, students. Go ahead and join this session. We have 3 demo sessions. So go ahead and join the sessions and enroll yourself. We'll see you tomorrow. Till then, take care of yourself, students. Goodbye.